Hi, it's Amber Scotchburn, and it's day 27 of homeschooling your child. Today's tip is going to be about how great relationships are not born, they're made. I want you to stop and think of your relationship with your child like a bonfire. And so, when you're going to create a bonfire, what are the ingredients, if you will, that you need to create that? Well, depending on where you're at in survival mode, at your home with all the luxuries, maybe on a beach, kind of depends on what things that you'll have available in order to make your bonfire. So, none of those things are right or wrong. They're just what's needed at that time in order to make the bonfire. And it's the same way in a relationship with your child. Maybe in some certain circumstances, relationships are going to be a lot easier to develop with your child because you're both enjoying moments or everything seems to be going right. And then there might be moments like a pandemic where it feels like more survival mode. And therefore, all the right ingredients aren't there. So let's just think, what is the one common thing that it needs to keep going? And that's to be fed, which is a bonfire and a child. And yes, children need to have copious amounts of foods, apparently, in terms of a pandemic. But they also need to be fed in other ways. So, what that might look like is, let's say you're starting a bonfire and it's a really windy day. Well, you might huddle over that bonfire, right? Or if you think when you're trying to light like the initial match to get it going, you might all huddle in around and then you light it. Well, we're in a pandemic. Maybe that feels like a big storm. Maybe you need to lean in a little bit more. Okay, the fire's going, it's going well, it looks safe, it looks contained. You can back up and let the fire grow a little bit on its own. And so there's this constant dance, if you will, with the fire. And it's this constant dance with your child and checking in with them, right? I mean, you can't check in with the fire and it's not going to talk back to you, or that's a whole other kind of fire conversation we can have. But when you're talking to your child, you can check in with them. Do you need more space? Do you need less space? And verbally, they may not be able to always articulate it. So you're also looking at their nonverbal cues. But essentially, you're always just making sure your relationship is being fed, stoked, uh, prodded when it needs to, backed up when you need to. So kind of keep that analogy in the back of your head. Okay, if my child was a bonfire at this moment in time, what might they need? What might I be able to give them? Day 27, homeschooling help, Amber Scotchburn, tutoring with a twist.